Hello and welcome to MyFusion Helper. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a customer lifetime value helper. Now, more than just using it in the how-to guide, we're also going to focus on why you would use it and some different scenarios so that you can see it at work. All right, first let's dive in and see how it works with a live demo inside of MyFusion Helper. Okay, let's take a look inside the app how we set this up. First thing we do is select it, and remember you can just speed type and go right to it. So we'll pull that up, and then we give it a helper name, so we'll call it update LCV, that's fine. And the next thing we do as we scroll down here is select the options that we want to use. Now, these are put in order of most commonly used. Total orders, some people that's all they want to track is just the total number of orders, and that's fine. Others want to track the total spend, which I recommend, and the average order size, which I also recommend. These are the three most common. But we also allow you to track the total due. So if you deal with customers that have issues with outstanding balances and want to easily be able to report or automate based on those outstanding balances, you can track that as well. Okay, now after we select the fields that we want to track, we simply come in and select where we want to store them. Now I've just created some test fields here, but we can just type in again and store them wherever we want. And after this is done, okay, we've got those fields set up, then we simply go ahead and create the helper. Now, if you don't have the custom field already set up, then you need to create the field in Infusionsoft. In the future, we'll probably be adding the ability to create them on the fly, but for right now, it's done through Infusionsoft. Then we create the helper, and this will take just a second, and then we'll have the link where we can put that helper into the system. So as the screen refreshes here, we've got copy link for Infusionsoft. You see that it's got the helper here. We also could go back and edit and modify this if we wanted to, or delete it. Now, let's go ahead and copy that link. Very simply, just click on there, and that'll copy it into the clipboard. And then if you're inside of your campaigns here, and we have a test campaign that we want to play with, and we want to create a purchases anything, for example. So here, this is set up when any purchase is made, we want to update the customer value statistics. So we would drag and drop an API goal on here. So or a post command, I'm sorry. So we just drag and drop this on like such. Okay, already did that. And I recommend using labels. So I like to always label it MyFusion Helper, and then I do this dash greater than to kind of point to the function name. So it's a customer lifetime value. And we can come in here and then merely just paste in that link. Okay, there's no need to worry about any of these fields. Don't delete this, but you don't need to add anything or do anything here. Merely paste in the link, mark it is ready, and you're good to go. Okay, now that we've seen how it works and how to set it up, let's talk about some examples of when you would want to use this helper in your business. Now, the first thing that comes to mind is using the lifetime customer value for when you're purging opt-outs and bounces. All right, so if you have logic that purges people after they have a hard bounce or when they opt out and removes them out of your Infusionsoft, well, you need to know which of those people are customers and which of those people are prospects. Because if they're prospects, they've just been freebie seekers and you can delete them off your list without any concern. However, if they're customers, you need to retain that information. You need that billing history and you need to keep them. Even though they've opted out of your marketing list, you still need to retain that data. So having the logic in the Campaign Builder to be able to differentiate between those two is important, right? Now, the best way to do this is with the customer lifetime value helper. The reason is that many people use tags. Now, the problem with tags is that they get out of sync. Lots of things happen between refunds and billing errors and other things that throw tags out of sync. And so if you're just relying on a customer or a prospect tag, the likelihood is that you're going to have a high degree of errors. So using this helper instead, you're able to first update all of your custom fields so that you know the total spend amount, and then make your decision branch logic on what you want to do with those clients. Okay. Now, another thing you want to do is use it for determining customers versus prospects. So this is just an extension of what we just said, but by calculating those average and total spends, we know immediately who is a customer and who is a prospect. And it's very easy to tie that in and automate it so that you don't have to worry about trying to put that logic in all of your different campaigns and tagging. Another thing that we like to do is create custom rewards based on expenditure, right? So somebody that spends a lot with you, let's reward them. Let's give that customer something special, maybe a handwritten card, maybe send out some brownies to them, whatever you want to do. But the way to do this is every time they make a purchase, calculate and update the customer lifetime value statistics, and then based on their total spend, you can throw them into a reward-based campaign. It's a very powerful way of marketing to the right person at the right time. And lastly is using them to tie into the purchases anything action. There's a simple way of doing this with either the action of purchases anything or purchases anything through a purchase goal, or you can also use it through the e-commerce actions. But however you do this, what happens is every time a purchase is made, you're updating the statistics just for that individual contact. And this way, you never have to worry about batch running this for thousands of contacts all at once. The system maintains itself clean and in an optimal state all along. And that's the best way to do it, self-maintaining automation. All right, that is a wrap for today, and I hope you enjoyed this quick video and it gave you some ideas of how to use MyFusion Helper in your business.